Hi, welcome back to Toni Summers Tarot. I'm Toni and I'm back with another pick a card reading. This time we're going to be looking at, does he even still care? So we're going to be looking into whether how this person truly feels about you, whether this is your divine masculine or this is just your partner. We want to know how he really feels and what he is thinking about you and your relationship. So today we have 3 sets of cards we're going to be looking at. You're going to get to choose between pile 1, the chocolate moonstone, pile 2, the citrine, and pile 3, the lazurite. Okay, so thank you to everyone who has subscribed to my channel. It has really helped my channel to grow, and I appreciate you so much. Also, for if you haven't already, just take this moment, give me a thumbs up. I appreciate all the like, share, comment, and subscribe. And as always, be sure to share this video with someone who might enjoy it. You can find me on Instagram at Toni Summers Tarot. And if you would like to book a private reading with me, the link to my Etsy shop is down below. As always, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. So let's begin. So as I said, pile 1 is going to be the chocolate moonstone. Pile 1. Pile 2 is going to be the citrine heart. My favorite pieces. I love this one. And pile 3 is going to be the lazurite. So take a few moments, use your intuition, tap into, you may hear a word, you may feel a pull, you may just know. But pile 1, chocolate moonstone, pile 2, citrine heart, and pile 3, the lazurite. All right, so the links to each message will be in the description and in the comments down below. Here we go. So welcome to the table, pile 1. If you chose this beautiful chocolate moonstone, I don't know if you can see, but it actually has a little bit of a reflection to it. It's very pretty. So this chocolate moonstone, so how does he feel, or does he even still care about you? Here we go. We're going to begin by looking at the Red Hot Love Oracle, and today your first card up is reconciliation. So for those of you who are separated from, your masculine partner or your divine masculine even, he definitely has reconciliation on the mind. So does he still care? Well, he is thinking about, he's considering offering you that red rose. So let's look at the Rebel deck next. It says, listen, you still don't fucking get it. So the thing is the reason why he has pulled back from you is because he doesn't feel heard. He doesn't feel like you are understanding his perspective, understanding him or his wants, needs, or desires. And so if he's pulled back, and if you're wondering, does he even still care? That's why you're here for this reading. It's because he is not feeling very listened to, and he doesn't feel like you understand him. However, that doesn't mean he doesn't still love you, and he isn't trying to figure out how to reconcile the feelings he has for you. He may feel unheard, but his love for you is balancing that out. So this is, there's definitely some conflicted energy here. There's definitely some conflicting energy here from your partner. All right, and the last oracle card for today is going to be from the Lover's Oracle, and this card is time. You are trying too hard. Give it time. And so that's the thing. You need to, first of all, understand it feels like you're trying to force your opinion or your just way here, okay? And that's what he's saying. He's saying, listen, you still don't fucking get it. You're not understanding me. And so, first of all, I need a little bit of time here, okay? I need a little bit of time to be able to reconcile the way I feel, because I do love you, but you are not understanding me at all. And so I need you to give me a little bit of space and a little bit of time for me to figure this out for myself about how I feel. All right, so let's look at the tarot and see, does he even still care? So the first card we have up is, what does he show you? What feelings is he showing you? We have the Ace of Pentacles. So this is, you know, the start of something new as far as prosperous, new beginnings. And so here's the thing: if you know this is sitting right beside, listen, you still don't fucking get it. He actually has a new dream, a new path that he wants to take. It may even be a new job, a new career, but regardless, there's something to do with career and finances, or even just something, a path that he values that's new. There's a new path, a new career, a new job that he wants to take. And you may not see his point of view. And so that's what he's trying to say. He's saying, listen, you don't fucking get it. You're not listening to me. This is what, here's the thing. You have to understand. This is the Ace of Pentacles. And when we talk about the Ace of Pentacles, this is the hand of Source, the hand of God, giving you this divinely inspired opportunity. And this isn't just any opportunity, but this is the opportunity for prosperity and success and abundance. This is a very successful new opportunity, in fact. And so you may not see the success, the writing on the wall, but he does. Okay? But he does, and he needs you to start understanding his point of view, okay? So, what are his hidden feelings towards you? We have Temperance. Oh, you know what I forgot to mention? This is the Witchling Academy Tarot. Okay. Temperance, Sagittarius showing up. So, you know, interesting. Sagittarius, I'm a Sagittarius. I say this from experience. Sagittarius is the most extroverted introvert you will ever meet. You will think you will know exactly how Sagittarius is feeling, but that is not true. They have an exterior persona and they have an interior persona. And the exterior is what they show everybody, but they keep a lot to themselves. Of the meat and the crux of the matter, they kind of keep to themselves. And so he is kind of putting on a... he's trying to show you here, especially with this reconciliation card being right next to you. You know, temperance is the path of least resistance. Temperance is not putting up the fight against your higher self, but actually going with the flow of you know, the current of your highest and best self. And so, like I said, he understands that you know, he's got one foot in your stream, so to say. You know, he would like to continue to be with you and continue to keep this relationship healthy, but you have to understand, because you're not understanding his point of view. You're not listening to what it is that he wants to create, or this path that he wants to take, which is this right here, the path of least resistance. See, this is the thing. If this idea, this new dream, this new career, whatever this is, this new path that he is really geared up for, or dream or passion that he has, if you're not getting it, you're not getting that this is a divinely inspired, because this is Temperance. This is actually Archangel Michael in this card. And this, so like I said, this is the hand of God, the hand of Source, divine inspiration coming in that led to this new dream, this Ace of Pentacles, new job, new career, new prosperous, successful opportunity that he wants to chase. So you're not seeing that this is him in his highest alignment, truly serving his mission and his purpose. You're standing in your ego and you're not able to see it. And that's what he's having a really hard time, because he's like, I need you to see that I am in my highest self, and you're coming from your ego's point of view. Okay. And the last card for pile 1, it says there are the reasons for the similarities or the differences between these two cards. So, you know, again, this is the hand of God giving this Ace of Pentacles, and here is divine inspiration coming straight from Archangel Michael, right? So there's a lot of similarities in these cards. It's about taking the path of least resistance and going with what is in, you know, what is your divine right, what is given to you by divine right. Okay. And so these have a lot of similarities. And so what are the similarities here? The Nine of Cups. How cool is this card? I really enjoy this. The Nine of Cups is getting every single thing you want. And so the reason why these cards are really stressing this to you, and then this card comes out right here with time. You're trying too hard to give it time. So in order to get what he wants, the first thing is you need to understand that this is going to take some time. And so perhaps the reason why you're not able to see the same path that he wants to take, this dream, this new idea that he has, is because you're thinking in the short term. You're looking at the trees, not the forest. You're not seeing the big picture that he is seeing, and knowing that this, in order to get everything he wants, it's going to take some time. It's going to it's a process. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon, and that he's got to follow his path, his calling. Okay, because this is how he gets everything he wants. And so, really, what this comes down to is you. This is not about him. He is very clear about who he is. He's very clear about what he wants. He's very clear about where he's going. Okay? But he needs you to take your ego and check it at the door and allow yourself to actually listen from your heart so that you can understand. He isn't trying to leave you. He isn't trying to walk away. He's trying to reconcile his old dreams and make them into his current reality and his future prosperity. And he understands that maybe once upon a time he gave up on his dream, but this time he's not. And he wants you to go along on the ride and understand it's going to take some time, but he knows exactly where he's going. And he knows at the end of that rainbow, it's everything he wants. So does he still care about you? Yes. If he's pulled back, honestly, it has a lot to do with, one, you not understanding and listening to him, and two, because he's focusing on his own dreams right now. And there's nothing wrong with being selfish, because when you're selfish, that means you are in alignment with your higher self and with source energy, and you are co-creating. Being self-centered is what most people think selfish means. That is not the same thing. Being self-centered means you put yourself in the center of the universe and the world revolves around you and don't worry about anybody else. Being selfish means you putting yourself and your needs first because you are in high alignment. You are on the right path of the truest calling. And so right now, he's focusing on his calling and he wants you to come along on the ride. All right? All right, Pile 1. I hope that you found this helpful. If you did, be sure to give me a like, comment, share, and subscribe. To see y'all soon. Welcome back, pile number 2. If you chose this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful citrine heart, here is your messages. Does he still care? All right, we're going to begin with the Red Hot Love Oracle. Oh, look what we pull up right off the bat. Risk. So, you know, I hear two things here. The first thing is he's taking a risk. It could be two things. He's either taking a risk in his own personal life right now. I mean, he could be making risky choices even, or he could be taking a calculated risk right now. So regardless, if he's making risky choices or he's taking calculated risk, regardless, he could be, his energy is focusing on the risk evaluation and his chances of success and failure. His energy could be kind of fractured at this moment because he's really focusing on the risk here and versus reward. The other thing is when it comes to being in a relationship with you and you're asking, does he even still care about you? There could have been that you've been taking some risky behavior that are you may be just in some behaviors that he is not comfortable with. And it feels like loving you is taking a risk. You know, this a lot of times goes back to your core wounds. And so it could be something you've done and maybe not even like anything terrible. You didn't have to necessarily have done anything. You could have just been driving a certain way and the style, the way you were holding the car reminded him of something that triggered him. Regardless, it went into his core wound. And so now loving you is coming with its own set of risk. There's something that feels kind of risky about giving his heart freely. Okay, there's definitely this I'm hearing the word urgent, and I don't know why I'm hearing the word urgent, but it's almost like this urgent need to protect himself, that love can be very risky, and he's not sure if he's ready to gamble his heart right now. Okay, card number 2. Now this is a fun one. Have sex. Do you really need a card for this? Okay, so very often the disconnect comes emotionally after the physical breakdown. And so you're asking, does he even still care? Well, are you expressing yourself physically into this relationship? Because honestly, you know, the most intimate way that we can express our feelings towards someone is sexually. And also we need to understand there's a reason that you have the root chakra, and there's a reason that Kundalini energy is a true thing. Kundalini energy is activated from your root chakra and it moves up your body. Picture like a black snake rolling up through your chakra system. But this is kind of like your life force. This is the force of energy that once it's activated, and it's almost always activated through sex, honestly, it really awakens you to your higher calling, and it really pushes you and drives you. And so you're asking, and all these things were created through sex because literally spirit source knew that sex was more than procreation. It was a chance to truly feel and connect with the inner divine. When that feeling of bliss, of connection, of love, of protection that we feel when we're really connected with our partner and we're having a true intimate experience with our partner, that's a gift Source gave us, and that's what sex. The purpose of it is to reconnect and a spiritual, not just a physical level, but a spiritual level. And so the first thing is if you want to reset that spiritual connection, he's feeling maybe a little bit like loving you as a risk. And like I said, it doesn't have to be anything you have done. It could have been a core wound being triggered. Regardless, one of the things is to show him, have sex or just the physical touch, the physical connection. Make sure the partnership is being established, that you're here, you're safe, and you're here in this present body right now, and that he is safe, okay? Last oracle card, and I couldn't make this up if I tried. Look at this. Look at this card. Doesn't it look like, here we were talking about having sex, but here she is standing here naked and bare, and it's like, the sun is shining down on her, and she's open, and she's ready to go. It says freedom. There is nothing stopping you. The path is clear if you want it to be. And so here's the thing. He's having a hard time connecting intimately. And so very often you may be feeling this pull of freedom from him. Okay, this may be what you're wondering, why you're coming to this table. The question of why you're asking, does he even still care? Because you're sensing he longs for freedom. The reason that he longs for freedom is he has this core wound where love just seems like a gamble, too big of a gamble to take. It's too risky. And so it's not just about sex, it's about the actual intimacy, the connection that is built, the bond that is created in the partnership that needs to be reaffirmed. Here she is standing at the lotus. The lotus is that symbol of coming from the dark. When you think of the lotus is a seed that grows way down deep under the water, under the mud. So it gets no sunlight whatsoever. It's all the way at the bottom of the lake under the mud. And it has to grow from that mud up through the murky depths of the water, all the way up just to break through to get the sunshine. And then you see the lotus flower. So as it blooms, it has to break through the murkiness and the darkness and the heaviness that's drowning it just to finally reach that sunshine. That's what he's saying. He's asking you to understand that he's trying to emerge from this darkness. He's trying to come out of these fears, out of this risk that he feels from possibly even previous relationships, core wounds even. But he needs to feel this intimate connection with you, okay? This is how you reaffirm it. It doesn't have to be about sex, but it's about reaffirming the intimacy between the two of you, establishing how much you care so he can see he's safe, okay? This is really learning, this is teaching him to learn to trust and to show him he has every reason to, okay? All right, so let's get to the tarot. We're going to get to the Witchling Academy by Pamela Chen. Card 1. What is he showing you? The Knight of Swords. Yeah, absolutely. The Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is the fastest moving of all the cards in this tarot deck. And this is that card when... Two things. It's very funny that this card would come up because, first of all, the Knight of Swords is the card who likes to argue. He's very argumentative. He goes rushing in, and this is, swords about the things we think, and this is very fast moving. And so when you're rushing past thoughts, very often there's miscommunication. Miscommunication leads to misunderstandings, which lead to arguments, which leads to separations. And so I feel like there's, first of all, some miscommunication going on, okay? What he's showing you is a little bit of fear, like he's literally running away. He miscommunicates because he's not listening, because he's afraid, okay? Again, this feels very like a gamble, like he's taking a risk, and so he's constantly running from you. Knight of Swords. The other thing that's very funny about this is that the Knight of Swords is also an innuendo card, as I call it. The Knight of Swords and the Knight of Wands both are kind of the innuendo cards. It's about having sex. And so what do we have here? Have sex. And so this is the message. What he's showing you is that he's constantly on the run. He's constantly on the move. He's kind of defensive even. The Knight of Swords can be a little bit defensive. And he's in his core wounds. He's showing you he's defensive. He feels very risky, like this is a gamble. This is him telling you his core wounds are that he feels love is risky, is a gamble. And so he will defend this belief, and he will run as fast as he can. But he does enjoy a good romp in the bed. That's not even a question. That's not even a question. The second card is, what are his hidden feelings towards you? Look at that. The Wheel of Fortune, Sagittarius and Pisces popping up here. This is also Jupiter, the planet Jupiter popping up. The Wheel of Fortune, this is, you know, you actually make him feel very lucky. And being with you feels like he won the lucky prize, even if he's showing that he's afraid, even if, you know, he's seems like he's always running towards freedom and away from you. I mean, like literally running towards freedom, you know, and away from you, and defending these choices. Well, if you knew my past, if you understood what I've been through, you would do the same thing, that kind of thing. Even though it appears that way, at the heart of it, his hidden feelings are he cares very deeply about you, and he feels very lucky, very blessed to be with you. This is Sagittarius and Pisces. Sagittarius, you know, this is that sign of running towards your desires, you know, of being, you know, in the logical man's mind, but in the heart and the desire of the animal, and just really trusting your animal instincts, but being logically led. And Pisces, going with the flow, that big open heart. So he trusts you, in his heart and his mind and his soul is what he's telling you, okay? He feels very lucky to have you, even if he's very scared and not showing it very well. And the final card is, what are the reasons for the similarities or the differences between these two cards? So, you know, you have the Knight of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune. Knight of Swords, this is around Aquarius. It's an air sign, so Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. And then you have Sagittarius and Pisces. So you have air sign, fire sign, and water sign all here. But Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini are all very much about that expansive thinking. So is Sagittarius, so is Pisces. So there's a lot of similarities here in the fact that all of these are about moving in the direction of what you want, and that expansive, like becoming bigger thinking, okay? So the reason for the similarities of these two cards is the Page of Swords. So what's happening here is that it feels like this relationship you're in is a new way of thinking for him. He's never experienced this way of thinking. This is a whole new way of thinking. It's just being brought to him. You're really showing him that the past, these fears don't have to continue to repeat themselves. But the thing is that he has got to learn to let go of those toxic beliefs, patterns, and habits that he has, especially toxic beliefs and patterns he has regarding love and relationships and dynamics in relationships, because he feels very defensive in his beliefs. And so, and it feels very scary for him to let go, because these beliefs have really structured and upheld and supported him, and all through these relationships, you know, they've really given him the freedom to express himself, in fact. So he believes these to be true, but the thing is that he also sees in you somebody worth taking a risk over. Okay, he sees the luckiness, and this being with you, the love of being with you. And so in order for these two things, these two worlds to mesh, he's going to have to admit to himself that this is not anything like any relationship he's ever been in. And he's going to have to embrace the newness. And that can be very scary, okay? Anything different can be very scary. If it's something we've never experienced, you know, we don't know how it's going to end. We don't have a guidebook telling us where this is headed, okay? And so he can be very afraid because he doesn't know. It's hard to trust what you don't know. But this is, in order for this to work, he's going to have to expand his thinking and see that this relationship is completely new, completely unique, and this is a new way of thinking for him. And so it's scary. It's very, very, very scary. So the best thing you can do is to be super, 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 super supportive. But more than anything, you know, it says have sex, but this isn't just about sex. This is about really expressing that he has the freedom to be himself, that he has the freedom to be anything he wants to be in this relationship, that there is freedom in when somebody loves you and sees you and hears you for who you truly are. There's so much freedom in that relationship. There is so much freedom in being fully seen and fully heard that it doesn't feel like you're weighed down this relationship, but it feels like you're running and just expressing yourself. And so that's what he needs. He needs to be able to fully trust that if he gives you his heart, you are going to allow him to be free and express it. All right, pile 2, I hope that you enjoyed this. If you did, give me a thumbs up, share, like, comment, and subscribe if you would. I love you so much for it. Until I see y'all again next time, y'all stay happy, healthy, safe, and blessed. Bye, pile 2. Bye, pile 2. And welcome back to the table, pile 3. If you chose this pretty piece of lazurite, let's see, does he still care? All right, your very first oracle card comes from the Red Hot Love Oracle. You've got a whole lot of nothing. You've got Passage. Now, this is actually one of the most interesting cards in this deck to me because, see, here's the thing. This is probably the San Francisco Gate Bridge, right? It's, you know, lit up at night, and all the light that you can see in this, the only light that you can see on this bridge is pretty much the light from the bridge and the cars on it, right? You can't see light in the sky. There's certainly no light in the water beneath them or in the city behind them. It's just very dark, okay? So the only passage, the only safe passage over through this darkness is this bridge. Okay, and so this is like turning the light on in the dark. And so right now it feels like the two of you are kind of going through a rite of passage where the two of you are learning how to navigate. You're both kind of in the dark, and he is especially in the dark about where this relationship is going and how to get there, how to navigate this relationship. And so he's a little bit in the dark and he's trying to navigate his passage. Okay, so if he feels a little standoffish, it's because he's trying to find his own passageway across that darkness towards the light. Okay, so the next card we're going to look at is the Rebel deck. And you actually got 2 cards for this pile 3, and these are very interesting. So the first one you got is Tantrums Are for Babies, and the next one says Time to Talk Money. Grow the fuck up. Grown ass folks can take care of their money. And so this is definitely, it has something to do with money. So if you're feeling some pullback from him, either he feels that you have not been acting like an adult when it comes to taking care of money, and he feels like you're not being responsible. Alternatively, it could be that you know, maybe it's him who's having a hard time dealing with his money. He could be even a little bit in the dark. He could be in a path with his money right now that he's very confused. He's in the dark. He doesn't know how to get from point 1 to point 2. And so he may be even expressing himself like a tantrum, like a baby, right? And so the message there is it's time for him to grow the fuck up as well. But the point is if you're feeling a pullback from him, it's one of 2 things. Either it's about him and his money, okay? And if he's having a hard time with his money, then you know, maybe he's not able to give you all of him because his head is elsewhere. He, like I said, he's a little bit in the dark trying to find his path. The other thing is that if you haven't been very responsible with your money, and he's having a hard time discussing this with you because you're acting like a child. You know, it's time to grow up and stop. You know, when he wants to talk to you about it, he needs you to actually come at it like an adult. And so he feels like either you or him, or both of you maybe, are in the dark over money, but it's time for this shit to get it together, okay? It's time to get this together. So does he still care? If he didn't care about you, he wouldn't be caring about the way you behave with money or about how he treats money in response to taking care of you, okay? So there is definitely, he cares about you, but there's issues regarding money and being in the dark about how to make money, grow money, and keep money, okay? Last oracle card for this is going to be the Red Hot Love Oracle. We have playfulness. Laughter is the best therapy. Have some fun together, and remember, love is the greatest healer. And so that's what I'm trying to say. It's not that he doesn't care about you. He absolutely cares about you, but it's either you or him. One of you is acting like a child, okay, having a tantrum, needing to grow up about money, about being in reality to how you make money, how you keep money, how you grow money, and how you spend money, okay? There could be some disconnect here about what the 2 of you and your priorities are regarding money. And so this is just definitely a rite of passage. All couples go through. All couples have to sit down and have this time to talk money. And so I think that this time has come, the rite of passage time has come to talk money. And if you will sit down and have an honest discussion about money, I think that you're going to be very pleasantly surprised to find out that, you know, this isn't the end all be all, that actually there's still a lot more joy regarding the situation. And honestly, I feel like you've gotten kind of heavy in this energy. And so it's kind of fun if you even look at the picture of the female here. You see how she's got the third eye right there? they're having fun, and as they're enjoying each other, as they're having fun, it could be sex, it could be going out and actually on a date and doing something fun. It could be, having a hobby together, inviting friends over, going watching a movie, doing fun things together. As you spend time not worrying about this heavy stuff, take your mind off the problem for a minute. Have fun. As you have fun, you release resistance, you release blocks that are keeping you from receiving the downloads and answers. And as you have fun, you raise your vibration, you raise your energy, and you're able to finally come to solutions. Okay, so remember, love is the greatest healer of this relationship. Remember that you love each other. Go have some fun with him. Insist that he has some fun. That's kind of the thing. He's feeling kind of in the dark right now. He's maybe having a hard time having fun. Plan a date night. Have some sexy fun time together, okay? Have fun. All right, let's look at the tarot. We're going to look at the Witchling Academy by Pamela Chen. Question 1, what feelings is he showing for you? The Six of Pentacles. So here's the thing. This is definitely about money. Pentacles, money. He's trying to take care of you and his needs, okay? But the thing is that he's really focusing on taking care of you and taking care of his needs, and y'all as a family and together as a couple. But the one, or either you or he, as one of you, but I get the energy that maybe it's you, is having a very hard time with discussing money and taking care of their money, okay? And so he's got his mind on his money and his money on his mind, okay? And how he is going to provide for you and take care of you. And so the feelings that he shows, that he's probably one of those people, is like my grandfather. He expressed his love and caring by going to work. He expressed his love and caring by making sure the bills were paid and that we had food in our belly and a roof over our head. That's how he showed he loved us. He didn't say he loved us. He showed it through his actions. And that's kind of the thing. This is what he's expressing. He shows his feelings by working hard and making sure your needs are being taken care of. So what feelings is he hiding from you? Oh my goodness. There is the Tower. Aries, the Tower. The thing about the Tower is that once the tower has been hit by lightning and it crumbles to the ground, now comes the restoration, the reformation, the rebuilding of the tower, right? It's starting from the ground up and getting to build it more solid and more stable and able to withstand the future storms. And so the thing is what he's not showing you is that he's really afraid that the house is on fire. He's afraid that the roof is on fire and that the whole thing is going to crumble and burn, especially when it comes to money. And he really is, he's feeling a lot of pressure when it comes to money. And so I just feel like the thing about a bridge is a bridge does what? Besides crossing the distance between one point to another, it also supports the vehicle that's on top of it. The vehicle is fully supported on this bridge. It's not going to fall. The bridge is carrying it, right? Or supporting it. He's supporting you, but he feels like that is going to crumble because he's not getting enough support from you, okay? And so this is he's really scared. He's got a lot on his mind regarding finances and your relationship and how the two things are tied together and whether they are even, one or both are even sustainable for the long run, okay? So these are his hidden feelings. He's very afraid that this is not going to last much longer, okay? So what are the reasons for the differences between these two cards? So, here's the card 1 where he's really focusing on taking care of his financial needs and taking care of you financially, but secretly he's very hidden that everything is about to fall apart. His whole world's going to fall apart. And he's just on the edge of disaster. So what is the reasons for the differences between these two cards? The Hanged Man. Oh my gosh, he is feeling very stuck. This is Pisces showing up. So you have Pisces and Aries here. The Hanged Man is first of all, this is the card of when you're stuck, you have nothing else to do. When you're standing around, be time to think on your hands, right? And so when you have time to think, you're able to actually evolve and expand and grow because you're able to solve the problems. You're able to think about it and figure out what went wrong and what went right and how to solve the problem, yeah? And so that's it. He, at this moment, isn't able to solve the problem because he's feeling very stuck. His energy is feeling very stuck, and it's just kind of building up. He's feeling almost like this pressure, like this. I'm seeing my Instant Pot, a pressure cooker, just like this pressure cooker of energies is building up, like it's going to explode. But right now, he's feeling kind of stagnant. Like he can't move forward. He can't move back. He's just kind of stuck. In some ways, you hear of relationships where people feel like, they're stuck in this relationship or they feel trapped in this relationship. And so in some ways, I'm getting the energy that he feels a little bit trapped, not necessarily with you, but with the money. There's something within the situation regarding career, finances, and money. It doesn't have to be money. It could be career or finances. It could be anything regarding all these things, okay? Long-term financial investments, or his career now or in the future, your career, or how y'all are investing. Are you saving enough for retirement? Or do you have, an umbrella fund to catch you if you need it? These kind of things. He's feeling very stuck, like the money isn't moving forward, like it's not coming, and that you're one disaster away from everything falling apart. It's like, you're one illness away, or you're one car accident away from everything just collapsing on you. And so he really needs the two of you just to really get on the same page. And because this energy is so heavy on him, these worries, these fears regarding money are so heavy on him. His energy is stuck. And so when you're asking, does he care about you? If it feels like you're not having fun and it feels like he's just serious all the time, he is. He's worried. So the first thing is that he's stuck. His energy is stuck. How do you unstick something? You go enjoy yourself. You raise your vibration. So the first thing is to spend time having fun. Sexy, fun time is a good idea as well. Express intimacy. Enjoy each other. Really try to help alleviate this stuckness first. Once the stuckness is relieved, then we can move him out of the doom and gloom by sitting down and having some grown-ass talks about money, okay? And no, not having tantrums, but being honest and being real and being adults, and helping guide yourself out of the darkness that he feels is just encroaching ever so quickly upon you. Okay? All right, card pile number 3. I hope that you found this helpful. If you did, be sure to give me a like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I hope that I get to see you again in the future. Until I do, you stay very happy, healthy, safe, and blessed. Bye, pal.